Welcome back for another segment of Everything DIY on Pinterest. Today we're going to do something that I've never done before in my life, and lately I've been trying to find a way to eat things that are healthier and bake a lot of things from home as opposed to buying it. So what we're going to do today, and I searched high and low for this, we are going to create soft, fluffy biscuits without shortening. I know, sounds impossible, right? But it is doable, and I'm going to show you how to do that on today. I found this recipe on Pinterest, and when I found it, I couldn't believe it almost myself. So I had to find a way that I could try this out and be able to show you guys how easy it is to create these things from home, to do things in a more healthier way. And I'm excited, so let's get into this. These are all of the ingredients that we will need for the Biscuit clone recipe. As you'll see from the instructions, we're going to modify these for half of every ingredient. We're going to give this a nice easy stir to incorporate all of our ingredients together. Because we intend for this to be a small batch, we're only going to use half of the ingredients listed here. The mix requires 2/3 cups of milk in addition to 2 1/4 cup of the mix, which we will mix together soon in order to create our dough. Here we're going to mix our Biscuit clone mix along with our milk so that we can get ready to knead this into biscuits. As you can tell, the mixture is kind of wet and moist, so you're going to need to flour your surface, but you're not using flour. You're going to use some of the Biscuit clone mix in order to get your surface prepared. And now you just want to empty it out and begin to toss it so that you can knead your dough and prepare it for cutting out your biscuits. As you can see, I spent a great deal of my time trying to ensure that the dough wasn't too sticky in order to roll it out. I used a basic rolling pin in order to roll the dough as soon as we got it to a dry consistency. The recipe tells you to knead the dough 10 times, and it is very important not to over knead the dough so that it won't have a hard consistency once it bakes. Today we are baking on parchment paper, and we're going to lightly spray this with some canola oil. After we have rolled out the dough mixture to about 1/2 inch of thickness, we're just gonna simply use a cup or a biscuit cutter to cut them out into their proper shape and place them flatly on the parchment paper. You're going to preheat your oven to 450 degrees and set your timer for about 10 to 12 minutes. And voila, this is our final product. Just from eyesight, I would say that I overcooked it just a bit, but the texture wasn't bad for creating biscuits without Crisco. So we used canola oil in this recipe, and the texture is still good. The biscuits rose and they were nice and fluffy on the inside, even though I overcooked them on the outside. And here's our bonus. I told myself that if the biscuits had an okay consistency, that I would go a step further and do a second DIY in which we would create some sausage gravy in order to eat that over the biscuits. So today we're using chicken sausage in order to create our sausage gravy. I typically find it hard to find chicken sausage in the stores, so what I've been doing lately is creating my own sausage mix and flavoring and using that to apply it to my ground meat. And that way I can continue forth with whatever recipe that I'm doing for that day. These are all of the ingredients that we will need in order to create the chicken sausage gravy. We're going to be adding 1/4 cup of flour to this pan. And as we do that, we want to make sure that we're completely coating the sausage that is in the pan. You will notice that some residual grease is in the pan after cooking the sausage. This is completely okay because that will be the base of flavoring for the gravy. After adding the flour, you're going to add 2 cups of milk. And as you can see, we've added the milk and began to stir everything together. As you continue to stir, you will notice that the gravy begins to thicken. This only takes a few moments and then you'll be done. I'm going to give you a final look at our entire breakfast for this morning. We had biscuits, cheese, eggs, and our chicken sausage gravy. Hope you enjoyed everything here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.